Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English with Lisaa, a calm and friendly place where we take things slowly and comfortably.
We're really happy you're spending some time with us today, and we hope you're feeling relaxed wherever you're listening from.
Today's episode is focused on phone calls, which can feel uncomfortable for many people.
A lot of us speak quite easily in person, but suddenly feel nervous when the phone rings.
That nervous feeling can come even when the conversation itself is simple.
Phone calls can feel challenging because we don't have time to prepare our words.
We also can't see the other person's face or reactions.
This can make us overthink small pauses or silence.
In this episode, we want to help phone calls feel calmer and more natural.
We're not here to rush or pressure anyone.
Everything in today's conversation is meant to feel slow and supportive.
We'll talk about why phone calls often feel more stressful than face-to-face conversations.
We'll also share common phrases that people use on the phone every day.
You'll hear how to start a phone call politely and clearly.
We'll explain how to continue a call without feeling stuck or confused.
We'll also show how to ask someone to repeat or explain something calmly.
Many people worry about interrupting, and we'll talk about that too.
We'll share small habits that make phone conversations smoother.
You'll notice that clear speaking matters more than fast speaking.
Taking your time on the phone is completely okay.
We'll also talk about how to confirm details like time and plans.
These small checks help avoid misunderstandings.
Toward the end of the episode, we'll act out a full phone conversation together.
This conversation will sound natural and realistic.
You can listen just to relax and enjoy the flow.
Or you can listen again to notice how the conversation moves.
There's no right or wrong way to listen.
Just take what feels useful for you.
Phone calls don't have to feel scary or stressful.
With the right approach, they can feel simple and manageable.
We want this episode to feel like a gentle guide.
Something you can return to anytime.
So take a deep breath and get comfortable.
Let your shoulders relax.
You don't need to remember everything at once.
Just listen and enjoy the conversation.
We're really glad you're here with us today.
And we're excited to share this episode with you.
Let's begin with today's topic.
And let's start talking about phone calls.
Phone calls often feel more difficult than face-to-face conversations, even when the topic is simple.
One main reason is that we can't see the other person while speaking.
Without facial expressions, it's harder to understand how the other person feels.
We don't know if they are smiling, confused, or thinking.
This uncertainty can make us feel uncomfortable.
Silence on the phone can feel much longer than it really is.
A short pause may feel like something has gone wrong.
Many people start to panic during these quiet moments.
Another challenge is not knowing when to speak.
Without visual cues, it's easy to interrupt by mistake.
That fear of interrupting can make us hesitate.
Hesitation can then make our voice sound unsure.
Background noise can also make phone calls stressful.
Poor connections can cause words to sound unclear.
When sound quality is bad, concentration becomes harder.
We may miss small but important details.
Phone calls also often happen unexpectedly.
Sudden calls don't give us time to prepare.
This can increase nervousness right away.
Another reason phone calls feel difficult is speed.
Sometimes the other person speaks faster than we expect.
That can make it hard to follow the conversation.
We may focus too much on understanding every word.
This can cause us to miss the main idea.
Overthinking is very common during phone calls.
We might worry about how we sound.
We might worry about making mistakes.
These worries can block natural conversation.
Phone calls also remove the comfort of gestures. We can't nod or smile to show understanding.
This makes verbal responses more important.
Small words like okay or I see help a lot.
Another difficulty is remembering information.
Numbers, times, and names can be hard to catch.
Without writing things down, details can slip away.
This can make people feel frustrated.
All of these challenges together can feel overwhelming.
But it's important to remember that these feelings are normal.
Phone calls are a skill, not a talent.
Skills improve slowly with practice.
Understanding why phone calls feel hard is the first step.
Once you understand the reasons, you can relax more.
Relaxation helps listening.
Better listening leads to clearer responses.
Clear responses build confidence.
And confidence makes phone calls feel easier over time. The beginning of a phone call is very important because it sets the mood for the entire conversation.
A calm start helps both people feel comfortable right away.
When the phone rings, taking a short breath before speaking can really help.
That small pause can make your voice sound steadier.
Answering the phone clearly helps avoid confusion.
Saying hello in a relaxed tone is often enough to begin.
Adding your name can make the start feel more personal.
It also helps the other person know they've reached the right number.
Speaking slowly at the beginning is very helpful.
Speed can always increase later if needed.
A friendly tone matters more than perfect words.
People usually respond well to warmth in the voice.
After greeting, it's helpful to explain why you're calling.
This gives the conversation a clear direction.
The reason doesn't need to be long or detailed.
Simple explanations often work best.
Clear openings reduce unnecessary questions later.
They also help the other person focus.
If you're calling someone you don't know well, politeness is key.
Using gentle phrases can make the call feel respectful.
Asking if it's a good time to talk is thoughtful.
This shows awareness of the other person's situation.
If it's not a good time, that's completely okay.
The call can always continue later.
Staying flexible helps keep the conversation relaxed.
There's no need to rush through the opening.
Rushing often makes voices sound tense.
A steady pace sounds confident and clear.
It's also helpful to listen carefully at the start.
The other person's tone gives clues about the pace.
Matching that pace can make the call smoother.
This creates a natural rhythm.
If you miss something early on, it's okay to ask again.
It's better to clarify than to guess.
Starting clearly reduces stress for the rest of the call.
A good beginning builds confidence naturally.
Confidence doesn't mean sounding perfect.
It means sounding calm and present.
The more you practice starting calls, the easier it feels.
Familiar openings reduce hesitation.
Over time, starting a phone call becomes routine.
And routine helps remove fear.
Clear beginnings lead to clearer conversations.
And clear conversations feel more enjoyable.
Every calm start is a small success.
Those small successes add up.
Soon, answering the phone feels normal.
And starting a call feels natural and easy.
One of the most important parts of a phone call is knowing how to ask for repetition calmly.
Many people feel nervous about asking someone to repeat themselves.
They worry it might sound rude or annoying.
But asking again is actually very normal.
Everyone misses information sometimes.
Even native speakers ask for repetition on the phone.
The key is how you ask.
A polite tone makes a big difference.
Using simple phrases can keep the conversation comfortable.
There's no need to apologize too much.
One clear request is usually enough.
Speaking calmly helps the other person respond patiently.
Asking early is better than waiting too long.
Waiting can cause confusion later.
It's okay to say you didn't catch something.
That honesty helps the conversation move forward.
Asking for clarification also shows interest.
It shows you care about understanding correctly.
Phone connections aren't always perfect.
Sometimes the sound cuts out or becomes unclear.
In those moments, repeating information is necessary.
Numbers and names often need extra attention.
Asking to repeat a phone number is very common.
So is asking to repeat a time or date.
It's helpful to repeat the information back.
This confirms that you understood correctly.
Repeating also helps you remember details.
Clarifying details prevents mistakes.
It's better to take a little extra time.
That extra time saves trouble later.
Sometimes you may understand part of the message.
In that case, you can ask about just one part.
This keeps the conversation flowing.
It also shows active listening.
Asking questions keeps both people engaged.
Silence can feel awkward, but questions help fill that space.
There's no need to feel embarrassed.
Everyone values clear communication.
Calm clarification makes conversations smoother.
Smooth conversations feel more relaxed.
When you feel relaxed, your voice sounds better.
A steady voice builds confidence.
Confidence makes it easier to speak up.
Speaking up leads to better understanding.
Over time, asking for clarification becomes natural.
It feels less like a problem and more like a tool.
That tool helps every phone call go better.
And better phone calls feel less stressful.
Small habits like this create big improvements.
And those improvements last.
Once a phone call has started, the next challenge is keeping the conversation moving smoothly.
Many people worry about awkward silence during phone calls.
Silence can feel louder on the phone than in person.
But silence doesn't always mean something is wrong.
Sometimes the other person is simply thinking.
Giving space can actually feel respectful.
Still, having a few simple responses ready can help.
Short responses show that you're listening.
Small words like right, okay, or I see help the flow.
These sounds reassure the other person.
They also prevent the conversation from feeling one-sided.
Gentle follow-up questions can help too.
Questions don't need to be complicated.
Simple questions keep things moving naturally.
Listening carefully is more important than planning your next sentence.
When you listen well, responses come more easily.
It's okay to pause before answering.
Pausing can make your response clearer.
Rushing often leads to confusion.
A steady pace keeps both people comfortable.
Another helpful habit is summarizing occasionally.
This shows that you understand what's being said.
It also gives the other person a chance to correct details.
Staying present helps reduce nervousness.
When your attention is fully on the call, distractions fade away.
Background noise can pull focus away.
Moving to a quieter place can help.
Clear sound supports clear conversation.
Tone matters as much as words.
A warm tone keeps the call friendly.
Smiling while speaking can actually be heard.
It changes the sound of your voice.
If you feel stuck, it's okay to say so.
Honest communication builds trust.
You don't need to fill every moment.
Comfortable pauses are part of natural conversation.
Over time, these pauses feel less awkward.
Experience makes conversations feel easier.
Keeping the conversation natural is about balance.
Balance between speaking and listening.
Balance between confidence and calmness.
When balance is there, the call feels smooth.
Smooth calls feel shorter and more pleasant.
Even longer calls feel easier.
Each conversation builds comfort.
And comfort leads to better communication.
Better communication creates better connections.
And that's what good phone calls are about.
Mistakes can happen during any phone call, and that is completely normal.
Even confident speakers make small mistakes sometimes.
The important thing is how you respond to those moments.
When a mistake happens, it's okay to pause.
A short pause allows you to collect your thoughts.
There's no need to panic or rush.
Panic can make simple situations feel bigger.
When you say something wrong, you can gently correct it.
Simple corrections sound natural and clear.
Over-apologizing can create unnecessary tension.
One calm correction is usually enough.
Sometimes the other person doesn't even notice the mistake.
Most people focus on the message, not perfection.
Staying relaxed keeps your voice steady.
A steady voice sounds confident.
Confidence helps the conversation continue smoothly.
Everyone appreciates calm communication.
If you misunderstand something, it's okay to say so.
Clarifying early prevents confusion later.
Laughing lightly at a small mistake can ease tension.
A gentle laugh makes the moment feel human.
Being kind to yourself during the call matters.
Self-kindness helps reduce stress.
Stress can block clear thinking.
Relaxation allows better listening.
When you listen better, responses feel easier.
Mistakes become learning moments.
These moments help build experience.
Experience brings comfort.
Comfort reduces fear.
Less fear means smoother conversations.
Another helpful habit is slowing down.
Slower speech reduces errors.
It also gives you time to think.
Thoughtful responses sound clearer.
Taking a breath can reset your focus.
Breathing helps calm nerves.
Calm nerves lead to better communication.
It's okay if a call doesn't go perfectly.
Every call is practice.
Practice builds familiarity.
Familiarity reduces tension.
Over time, mistakes feel less serious.
They become part of the process.
Handling mistakes calmly is a strong skill.
That skill makes phone calls easier.
And easier calls feel more enjoyable.
Confidence grows with patience.
And patience pays off.
Ending a phone call is just as important as starting it.
A clear ending helps both people feel satisfied.
When a call ends suddenly, it can feel awkward.
A gentle closing feels more respectful.
It's helpful to signal that the conversation is coming to an end.
This prepares the other person naturally.
Summarizing the main point can be useful.
This confirms that everything is understood.
This is especially helpful when plans or details are involved.
Clear endings prevent confusion later.
Thanking the other person shows appreciation.
Even short calls benefit from a polite close.
A calm tone keeps the ending smooth.
There's no need to rush the final words.
A few clear sentences are enough.
Saying goodbye doesn't need to feel formal.
Natural phrases sound more relaxed.
It's okay to wish the other person well.
Small, friendly words leave a good impression.
Listening for the other person's response is important.
Ending together feels balanced.
If the call needs to end quickly, clarity helps.
Clear reasons avoid misunderstanding.
It's also okay to suggest continuing later.
This keeps the relationship positive.
Ending politely shows confidence.
Confidence sounds calm and steady.
A good ending reduces stress about the call.
It leaves you feeling comfortable.
Comfort builds positive habits.
Positive habits improve future calls.
Knowing how to end a call removes pressure.
Pressure often comes from uncertainty.
Clear closings remove that uncertainty.
Everyone appreciates a respectful ending.
Ending well reflects good communication.
Good communication builds trust.
Trust makes future calls easier.
Easier calls feel more natural.
The final moments shape the overall feeling.
A smooth close leaves a positive memory.
That positive memory reduces fear next time.
Each good ending builds confidence.
Confidence encourages more conversation.
And more conversation builds skill.
Ending clearly is a simple but powerful habit.
And it makes a big difference.
Sounding natural on the phone often starts with feeling comfortable in your body.
When your body feels relaxed, your voice usually follows.
Sitting comfortably can make a difference.
Standing can help some people breathe more easily.
Finding a position that feels natural helps your voice flow.
Breathing slowly before speaking can calm your tone.
A calm tone sounds friendly and clear.
It also makes the conversation feel unhurried.
Speaking at a steady pace helps both people feel at ease.
Fast speech can sound nervous.
Slow speech can sound thoughtful.
Thoughtful speech feels natural.
Smiling gently while speaking can soften your voice.
Even on the phone, smiles can be heard.
Using simple words often sounds more natural.
Simple language feels honest and clear.
There's no need to impress anyone.
The goal is connection, not perfection.
Pausing briefly is completely fine.
Pauses give the conversation breathing space.
They also help ideas feel complete.
Natural conversations rise and fall gently.
Listening carefully helps responses come naturally.
When you listen fully, you don't need to rush.
Rushing often makes voices tense.
Relaxed timing creates smoother flow.
Using small responses shows you are present.
Those responses keep the other person comfortable.
Being yourself is the most natural approach.
Trying too hard can feel forced.
Forced speech sounds stiff.
Relaxed speech sounds warm.
It's okay if your voice isn't perfect.
People respond to sincerity.
Honesty about needing a moment is fine.
That honesty builds trust.
Trust makes the conversation smoother.
Smooth conversations feel shorter.
Shorter feeling calls reduce stress.
Less stress leads to more confidence.
Confidence doesn't mean being loud.
It means being comfortable.
Comfort allows your natural voice to come through.
That natural voice sounds calm.
Calm voices make calls enjoyable.
Enjoyable calls feel less like a task.
Over time, this calm feeling becomes familiar.
Familiarity removes fear.
And without fear, conversation flows easily.
Sounding natural is really about feeling safe.
And safety comes from patience.
Patience with yourself makes all the difference.
Staying present during a phone call can completely change how the conversation feels, because when your mind is fully on the other person, your responses become calmer and more natural without extra effort.
When the mind starts worrying about what to say next, it often misses what is being said right now, which can create confusion and unnecessary stress.
Focusing on the voice, the tone, and the rhythm of the other person helps the conversation feel more connected and real.
It's easy for the mind to drift during phone calls, especially if there are distractions around you.
Choosing a quiet space can gently support your focus without making the situation feel serious or tense.
Even small distractions like notifications or background sounds can pull attention away from the conversation.
When attention is divided, responses may sound rushed or unclear.
Giving the call your full attention helps your voice sound steadier and more confident.
Listening deeply allows responses to come naturally instead of feeling forced.
There is no need to plan perfect sentences while the other person is speaking.
Trusting that the right words will come helps reduce pressure.
Pressure often shows up as fast speech or awkward pauses.
When you stay present, pauses feel more comfortable and natural.
A pause can simply mean you are thinking, not that something is wrong.
Letting yourself think before responding can improve clarity.
Clear responses help the conversation flow smoothly.
Staying present also helps you notice important details.
Details like tone changes or emphasis often carry meaning.
Catching these details makes the conversation feel more complete.
Being present doesn't mean being tense or serious.
It means being gently aware and relaxed.
Relaxed awareness allows better understanding.
Understanding reduces the need for repeated clarification.
Fewer interruptions create a smoother rhythm.
Smooth rhythm makes the call feel easier and shorter.
Even longer calls can feel comfortable when attention is steady.
If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to the voice you're hearing.
There's no need to judge yourself for losing focus.
Simply returning attention is enough.
This gentle return builds mental calm over time.
Calm thinking supports calm speaking. Calm speaking makes conversations feel safe.
When conversations feel safe, confidence grows naturally.
Confidence allows you to respond honestly and clearly.
Honest responses sound natural.
Natural responses build connection.
Connection makes phone calls feel human rather than stressful.
Being present turns a phone call into a shared moment.
Shared moments feel meaningful even when the topic is simple.
Simple conversations can feel satisfying when attention is real.
Over time, this presence becomes a habit.
Habits shape how we feel during calls.
Calm habits lead to calm conversations.
Calm conversations reduce fear.
With less fear, phone calls feel manageable.
And when calls feel manageable, confidence grows quietly.
That quiet confidence stays with you beyond the call.
And it makes every future conversation feel easier.
Unexpected moments can happen on any phone call, and when they do, staying calm helps the situation feel manageable rather than stressful.
Sometimes the other person may suddenly change the topic, and that can feel surprising if you are focused on something else.
In those moments, it helps to pause briefly and listen carefully before responding.
A short pause gives your mind time to adjust without sounding unsure.
Another unexpected moment is when the connection becomes unclear or cuts in and out.
When that happens, it's completely fine to mention it calmly instead of pretending you understood everything.
Saying something simple and clear keeps the conversation honest and smooth.
Honesty reduces pressure and builds trust.
Sometimes the other person may speak very quickly without realizing it.
Rather than feeling rushed, you can gently slow the conversation with your own pace.
Speaking a little slower can naturally encourage the other person to slow down too.
Unexpected questions can also appear during calls.
These questions may catch you off guard if you weren't prepared.
It's okay to say that you need a moment to think.
Taking a moment shows care, not weakness.
Careful responses often sound clearer and more thoughtful.
Background noise on either side of the call can also be unexpected.
In those cases, calmly acknowledging the noise helps keep things comfortable.
Ignoring the situation sometimes creates confusion.
Addressing it gently keeps both people aligned.
Another common unexpected moment is misunderstanding information.
Misunderstandings happen to everyone.
Catching them early prevents frustration later.
Calm clarification keeps the conversation respectful.
Sometimes emotions come through the voice unexpectedly.
The other person may sound tired, stressed, or distracted.
Listening to tone helps you respond with care.
A gentle response can change the mood of the call.
Even small adjustments in tone can make a big difference.
Staying flexible is key during phone conversations.
Flexibility allows you to adapt without tension.
When you adapt calmly, confidence grows naturally. Confidence helps you handle surprises smoothly.
Smooth handling keeps the conversation flowing.
Flow makes the call feel easier and less heavy.
When calls feel lighter, they're less intimidating.
It's also helpful to remember that perfection isn't expected.
Most people appreciate clarity and calm more than flawless speech.
Letting go of the need to be perfect reduces pressure.
Less pressure allows you to stay present.
Presence helps you respond naturally.
Natural responses feel genuine.
Genuine communication builds connection.
Connection makes even unexpected moments feel manageable.
Over time, these moments feel less surprising.
Experience turns uncertainty into familiarity.
Familiarity brings comfort.
Comfort brings ease.
And ease makes phone calls feel like simple conversations.
Simple conversations are the goal.
Because at the end of the day, a phone call is just two people talking.
And talking becomes easier when calm leads the way.
Confidence during phone calls usually doesn't appear suddenly, but instead grows slowly over time as you experience more conversations that end up being calmer and easier than you expected.
Each phone call, whether it feels successful or a little messy, leaves behind a small sense of familiarity that makes the next call feel slightly less heavy.
This kind of confidence often shows up quietly, not as excitement, but as a soft reduction in tension before you answer the phone.
You might notice that your hands feel less tight or your breathing feels steadier than before, and those small physical changes matter.
Feeling a little more relaxed at the beginning of a call is already a meaningful step forward.
Even staying calm for the first few moments of a conversation can slowly change how you experience phone calls overall.
Confidence doesn't mean that nervous feelings disappear completely.
It simply means that you know you can continue the conversation even when those feelings appear.
Over time, the fear that shows up before a call begins starts to lose its strength.
Your mind begins to remember past moments when you handled a call calmly.
Those memories quietly support you during new conversations.
Familiar voices and familiar patterns make the phone feel less intimidating.
What once felt stressful slowly becomes routine.
Routine experiences require less mental effort.
When less effort is needed, your voice sounds more natural.
A natural voice helps the conversation feel smooth and balanced.
Balance makes communication more comfortable for both people.
After a call ends, it can be helpful to reflect gently for a moment.
This reflection is not about judging yourself, but about noticing what felt easier than before.
Maybe you listened more calmly or responded more clearly than you expected.
Even one calm sentence during a call is worth noticing.
One clear response can change the tone of the entire conversation.
These small moments quietly build confidence without pressure.
Quiet confidence feels steady rather than dramatic.
Steadiness helps you stay present in future conversations.
Presence improves understanding and focus.
Better focus leads to clearer responses.
Clear responses reinforce your sense of ability.
Confidence also grows when you allow yourself to make mistakes without fear.
Mistakes happen naturally in real conversations.
Allowing them reduces tension and self-criticism.
Less self-criticism creates more space to think.
More thinking space allows your real voice to come through.
When your real voice comes through, the conversation feels honest.
Honesty builds comfort on both sides of the call.
Comfort reduces pressure.
Reduced pressure makes speaking easier.
When speaking feels easier, hesitation fades naturally.
With less hesitation, the conversation flows more smoothly.
Smooth flow makes calls feel shorter and lighter.
Lighter calls feel more manageable.
Manageable calls encourage you to answer the phone again next time.
Each new call adds another layer of experience.
Experience slowly strengthens confidence.
This confidence doesn't disappear after one difficult call.
Because it has been built gradually.
Call by call.
Moment by moment.
With patience and calm repetition.
Until confidence feels familiar and steady.
Preparing yourself before making or answering a phone call doesn't have to be complicated, but taking a few quiet moments can completely change how the conversation feels once it begins.
Even a short pause before answering allows your breathing to slow down, which naturally helps your voice sound more steady and more relaxed.
When you give yourself a moment, your mind has time to settle instead of reacting with tension.
This small habit can prevent the rushed feeling that often appears at the start of a call.
Sitting comfortably and placing your feet firmly on the ground can create a sense of balance.
That physical balance often turns into mental balance without much effort.
Taking one deep, slow breath before speaking can help release nervous energy.
Breathing calmly signals your body that there is no danger.
When the body feels safe, the voice naturally sounds calmer.
It can also help to have a general idea of why you are calling or what you want to talk about.
This doesn't mean planning every sentence, but simply knowing the main purpose.
A clear purpose gives the conversation gentle direction.
When answering an unexpected call, it's okay to take a second before speaking.
That brief pause can make your greeting sound more confident.
Preparing also means letting go of the need to sound perfect.
Perfection creates pressure, and pressure tightens the voice.
Letting go allows speech to flow more naturally.
Another helpful habit is reminding yourself that the call is just a conversation.
It's not a test or a performance.
Thinking of it as a simple exchange reduces stress.
Keeping a pen and paper nearby can also help you feel more secure.
Writing down names or numbers removes the fear of forgetting.
This support allows you to listen more fully.
Full listening improves understanding.
Understanding makes responses easier.
Easier responses build confidence quietly.
Preparing yourself also includes choosing the right environment.
A quiet space reduces distractions.
Fewer distractions help you stay present.
Presence improves the overall flow of the call.
It's also helpful to remind yourself that it's okay to take your time.
Conversations don't need to move quickly to be effective.
Slow, steady speech often sounds clearer.
Clear speech reduces misunderstandings.
Reducing misunderstandings keeps the call calm.
Calm calls feel easier from start to finish.
Over time, these small preparation habits become automatic.
Automatic habits reduce effort.
Less effort leads to more comfort.
Comfort supports confidence.
Confidence allows you to answer or make calls without hesitation.
That hesitation slowly fades away.
Preparing yourself becomes a form of self-care.
Self-care supports better communication.
Better communication leads to smoother conversations.
And smoother conversations make phone calls feel simple.
Simple conversations feel manageable.
And manageable calls feel natural.
Listening carefully during a phone call is one of the most important parts of the conversation because when you truly focus on what the other person is saying, your responses naturally become clearer and more confident.
Careful listening allows you to understand not just the words, but also the tone and feeling behind them, which helps the conversation feel more connected.
When you listen without rushing, you give yourself time to process the message fully.
This prevents misunderstandings that often happen when we respond too quickly.
Responding thoughtfully shows respect and attention.
It also helps the other person feel heard.
Feeling heard creates comfort.
Comfort encourages open conversation.
Listening carefully also reduces the pressure to speak constantly.
Silence can be a natural part of listening.
Allowing small pauses gives space for understanding.
Those pauses help you organize your thoughts.
Organized thoughts lead to clearer responses.
Clear responses help the conversation move smoothly.
It's helpful to listen for the main idea instead of every single word.
Focusing on the main idea reduces stress.
Stress often blocks understanding.
Less stress allows better focus.
Good focus helps you respond more naturally.
Natural responses sound calm and steady.
It's also helpful to acknowledge what you hear.
Simple acknowledgments show engagement.
They reassure the other person that you are following along.
This keeps the conversation balanced.
Balanced conversations feel comfortable.
Comfort supports confidence.
Confidence makes it easier to ask questions when needed.
Questions help clarify details.
Clarification prevents confusion.
Preventing confusion keeps the call calm.
Listening carefully also helps you notice changes in tone.
Tone changes can signal important information.
Responding to those changes shows awareness.
Awareness builds trust.
Trust makes conversations feel safe.
Safe conversations feel easier to continue.
When you feel safe, you don't rush your responses.
Unrushed responses sound thoughtful.
Thoughtful responses improve communication.
Improved communication leads to smoother calls.
Smooth calls feel less tiring.
Less tiring calls feel more enjoyable.
Enjoyable conversations encourage future calls.
With each call, listening skills improve.
Improved listening strengthens confidence.
Confidence supports clearer speech.
Clear speech helps both people feel understood.
Feeling understood creates positive experiences.
Positive experiences build comfort over time.
Comfort becomes familiar.
Familiarity reduces fear.
And reduced fear makes phone calls feel natural and easy.
Silence during a phone call can sometimes feel uncomfortable, especially when we are not used to hearing pauses without seeing the other person's face or body language.
Because we rely only on sound, even a few seconds of quiet can feel longer than it actually is.
It's important to remember that silence does not always mean confusion or disinterest. Sometimes the other person is simply thinking or checking information.
Allowing space for thinking can make the conversation feel more natural.
When we rush to fill every pause, the conversation can start to feel tense.
Tension often shows up as fast speech or repeated words.
Slowing down helps prevent that tension.
A calm pause gives both people time to breathe.
Breathing space supports clearer thinking.
Clear thinking leads to clearer responses.
Clear responses make the call feel steady.
It can help to remind yourself that pauses happen in every natural conversation.
Even in face-to-face conversations, people pause often.
The difference is that on the phone, we notice it more.
Accepting pauses instead of fearing them changes the experience.
When you feel a pause coming, it's okay to stay quiet for a moment.
You don't need to rush to speak immediately.
If the pause feels long, a gentle response can help.
Simple sounds or short phrases can show that you're still there.
These small signals keep the connection alive.
They also reduce uncertainty.
Managing silence comfortably helps build confidence.
Confidence allows you to stay relaxed.
Relaxation improves listening.
Better listening helps you respond more naturally.
Natural responses keep the conversation balanced.
Balance makes the call feel calm and steady.
Sometimes silence gives important moments space.
Important ideas need time to settle.
Giving that time shows patience.
Patience creates comfort.
Comfort supports trust.
When a call feels safe, pauses no longer feel threatening.
They simply become part of the rhythm.
Rhythm is what makes conversation feel human.
Human conversation is never perfectly smooth.
Small pauses add authenticity.
Authentic moments feel real and relaxed.
Managing silence is not about control. It's about acceptance.
Accepting pauses helps you stay present.
Presence keeps your mind calm.
A calm mind supports a calm voice.
A calm voice makes phone calls easier.
Over time, silence becomes less noticeable.
And eventually, it feels completely normal.
That comfort stays with you in future calls.
And that makes every conversation feel lighter.
Emotions often come through more strongly on a phone call because the voice becomes the main way we understand how the other person is feeling.
Without seeing facial expressions, we naturally pay closer attention to tone, speed, and volume.
This makes it important to stay aware of how emotions might be shaping the sound of your voice.
Even when words are calm, tension can sometimes be heard through tone.
Taking a slow breath before responding can soften emotional reactions.
That breath creates a small pause that helps emotions settle.
When emotions feel strong, slowing down your speech can help.
Slower speech often sounds more thoughtful and controlled.
A calm tone can gently influence the other person as well.
Voices tend to mirror each other during conversations.
If one voice becomes calm, the other often follows.
This shared calm can change the entire feeling of the call.
It's also helpful to listen carefully to the other person's tone.
Tone often communicates feelings more clearly than words.
Noticing frustration, tiredness, or warmth helps you respond with care.
Responding with care creates respect.
Respect creates emotional safety.
Emotional safety opens communication.
Sometimes emotions rise unexpectedly on a call.
When that happens, it's okay to pause briefly.
A pause gives space for emotions to pass.
Speaking during strong emotion can lead to misunderstandings. Waiting a moment helps responses feel balanced.
Balanced responses sound calm and steady.
It's also okay to acknowledge emotions gently.
Acknowledgement shows awareness without making things heavy.
Light acknowledgement can ease tension.
Easing tension helps the conversation move forward.
If the other person sounds upset, listening quietly can help.
Sometimes listening is more helpful than speaking.
Silence, when used gently, can show care.
Care strengthens connection.
Connection helps difficult moments feel manageable.
Managing emotions doesn't mean hiding them.
It means allowing them without letting them control the call.
That balance keeps communication clear.
Clear communication reduces stress.
Reduced stress supports calm thinking.
Calm thinking leads to better choices of words.
Better word choices improve understanding.
Understanding helps both people feel heard.
Feeling heard builds trust.
Trust softens emotional reactions over time.
With trust, conversations feel safer.
Safe conversations allow honesty.
Honest conversations feel real and human.
Over time, handling emotions becomes easier.
Experience teaches when to speak and when to pause.
That awareness improves tone naturally.
Improved tone makes phone calls feel smoother.
Smooth calls feel less draining.
Less draining calls feel more comfortable.
And comfortable calls allow genuine connection to grow. Misunderstandings can happen easily during phone calls because we depend completely on sound, and even small differences in pronunciation, timing, or connection quality can change how a message is received.
When something is misunderstood, the most important thing is to stay calm rather than reacting quickly with frustration or embarrassment.
A calm response helps keep the conversation steady and prevents the situation from feeling bigger than it really is.
Many misunderstandings are simple and can be resolved with one clear sentence.
It helps to gently restate what you understood and give the other person a chance to confirm or correct it.
This approach sounds cooperative rather than defensive.
Defensive reactions can add tension to the call.
Tension often makes voices sound sharp or rushed.
A softer tone encourages clarity.
Clarity reduces confusion for both people.
It's also helpful to remember that misunderstandings are common, even between people who speak the same way.
Knowing this makes it easier not to take mistakes personally.
When you don't take it personally, your voice stays relaxed.
A relaxed voice keeps the conversation open.
Sometimes the misunderstanding comes from missing just one word.
In those moments, asking about that specific part helps a lot.
Focusing on one detail prevents the conversation from becoming overwhelming.
Overwhelm can block listening.
Clear listening helps solve the problem quickly.
Solving it quickly keeps the call moving forward.
It's also okay to admit that you may have misunderstood.
That honesty creates trust.
Trust helps both people work together.
Working together makes communication smoother.
Sometimes repeating information in a slightly different way helps.
Hearing it again with new wording can bring clarity.
Taking notes during the call can also support understanding.
Notes reduce the pressure to remember everything.
Less pressure allows better focus.
Better focus leads to better responses.
When misunderstandings are handled calmly, they don't interrupt the flow of the call.
Flow helps the conversation feel natural.
Natural conversations feel comfortable.
Comfort reduces fear of future calls.
Each resolved misunderstanding builds confidence.
Confidence comes from knowing you can handle difficulties.
Handling difficulties calmly is a strong skill.
This skill improves with experience.
Experience teaches patience.
Patience keeps emotions steady.
Steady emotions support clear thinking.
Clear thinking helps you choose the right words.
Right words help the other person understand easily.
Easy understanding creates smooth communication.
Smooth communication keeps the call relaxed.
Relaxed calls feel shorter and lighter.
Lighter calls feel less intimidating.
With time, misunderstandings feel manageable.
And when they feel manageable, confidence grows naturally.
That confidence stays with you beyond the call.
It supports every future conversation.
And it helps phone calls feel like simple human exchanges.
Confirming details during a phone call is an important step because it helps both people feel sure that they understand the same information without creating unnecessary pressure or tension.
When details like time, place, names, or plans are involved, even a small misunderstanding can cause confusion later.
Taking a moment to repeat key information can quietly prevent those problems.
Repeating details doesn't mean you weren't listening carefully.
It actually shows care and attention.
When confirmation is done calmly, it feels supportive rather than awkward.
A gentle tone makes confirmation sound natural.
Rushing through details often leads to mistakes.
Slowing down helps the information settle.
It also gives the other person a chance to correct anything.
Confirming details works best when it's done clearly and simply.
Long explanations are usually not needed.
One clear sentence can be enough.
Calm confirmation helps both people feel secure.
Feeling secure reduces stress during the call.
Less stress improves focus.
Better focus leads to clearer communication.
Clear communication builds trust.
Trust makes conversations smoother.
Smooth conversations feel more relaxed.
When the call feels relaxed, confirming details feels easier.
It becomes part of the natural flow.
It's also helpful to listen carefully when details are repeated back to you.
This is your chance to notice any differences.
Catching differences early avoids confusion later.
Avoiding confusion saves time and energy.
Energy can then stay focused on the conversation itself.
Staying focused helps the call feel balanced.
Balanced conversations feel respectful.
Respect supports positive communication.
Sometimes details change during a call.
When that happens, calm confirmation becomes even more important.
Adjusting information slowly keeps the conversation steady.
Steady communication feels reliable.
Reliability builds confidence in future calls.
Confidence reduces hesitation.
Less hesitation allows the call to move forward smoothly.
It's also okay to ask for confirmation more than once.
Important details deserve attention.
Giving them attention shows responsibility.
Responsibility strengthens trust.
Trust deepens connection.
Connection makes phone calls feel human and comfortable.
Comfortable calls feel less demanding.
When calls feel less demanding, anxiety fades.
With less anxiety, listening improves.
Improved listening leads to better understanding.
Better understanding reduces the need for correction later.
Confirming details calmly is a simple habit.
Simple habits can make a big difference.
Over time, this habit becomes automatic.
Automatic habits reduce effort.
Reduced effort makes phone calls feel easier.
And easier calls feel natural and manageable. We will demonstrate for our viewers how to handle a phone call calmly and naturally. So let's begin the call now, just as it would happen in real life.
Hello, David. This is Lisaa calling, and I hope I'm not interrupting anything important.
Hi, Lisaa. It's really nice to hear from you, and this is actually a perfect time to talk.
That's great to hear, because I wanted to check in and talk about a few things that have been on my mind today.
Of course, take your time and feel free to start wherever you like.
Thank you for saying that, because it already makes the conversation feel relaxed and comfortable.
I'm glad it does, because phone calls should feel easy rather than rushed.
I completely agree, and I think starting calmly sets the tone for everything else.
It really does, and I'm listening carefully.
I wanted to talk about our plans for the next few days and make sure we're both thinking about the same schedule.
That's a good idea, because confirming things early always helps avoid confusion later.
Exactly. And I thought it would be easier to talk it through rather than sending messages back and forth.
I feel the same way, because hearing your voice makes everything clearer.
So, from what I remember, we were thinking about meeting on Friday afternoon around 3, if that still works for you.
Yes, Friday afternoon around 3 sounds right to me, and I've already kept that time free.
That's perfect, and I really appreciate you confirming it so clearly.
No problem at all, because I like being sure about details.
Me too, because it helps me feel more settled.
Since we're talking about Friday, did you have a place in mind where we could meet comfortably?
I was thinking about the cafe near the park because it's quiet and easy to find.
That's a nice choice, and I know exactly where it is.
Great, because I didn't want to suggest a place that might be inconvenient.
Not at all, and it actually sounds ideal.
I'm really glad we're on the same page.
Me too, because conversations flow better when plans are clear.
While I have you on the line, I also wanted to ask how your week has been going so far.
It's been fairly busy, but in a good way, and I've been managing things step by step.
That sounds balanced, and I'm happy to hear that. How about you? Has your week been calm or hectic?
It's been a mix, but taking moments like this to talk makes it feel calmer.
I completely understand that because simple conversations can reset the day.
Exactly, and that's one reason I enjoy phone calls when they're unhurried.
Unhurried calls feel more human.
They really do, and they allow space to think before speaking.
Speaking of space, please feel free to pause if you need to gather your thoughts.
Thank you, that makes me feel comfortable continuing.
Comfort is important, especially during longer calls.
I agree, and I appreciate how naturally this conversation is flowing.
That's because we're both listening and responding calmly.
Listening makes such a big difference.
It really does, and it keeps misunderstandings away.
I feel like everything is clear right now, which is a good feeling.
I feel the same way.
Before we end the call, I just want to quickly go over the plan one more time so we're both sure.
That sounds good, and I'm ready.
So we're meeting on Friday at 3 in the afternoon at the cafe near the park.
Yes, that's exactly what we agreed on.
Perfect. Thank you for confirming again.
You're welcome, and I'm glad we talked it through.
Me too, because now I feel relaxed and prepared.
That's the best way to end a call.
I don't want to take up too much more of your time, so we can start wrapping up.
I appreciate that, and this was a really pleasant conversation.
It truly was, and I'm glad we connected today.
Same here, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on Friday.
Me too, and until then, take care and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Lisa, and you enjoy your day as well.
Goodbye for now.
Goodbye. Talk to you soon. Now let's slow things down a little and talk about some essential words and phrases that naturally appear during phone calls, because knowing these expressions can make conversations feel smoother and more comfortable.
Yes, and instead of listing them in a stiff way, we'll talk about them naturally, just like people actually use them during real phone conversations.
Let's start with how a call usually begins, because the opening moments often set the tone for the entire conversation.
One very common and polite way to begin is by saying, "Hello, this is David," because it clearly tells the other person who is calling without any confusion.
Another helpful phrase is, "Hi, am I speaking with Lisa?" which sounds respectful and helps confirm that you've reached the right person.
People often add warmth by saying something like, "I hope I'm not calling at a bad time," which shows consideration and immediately softens the conversation.
Yes, and when someone answers kindly, saying, "Thank you for taking my call," adds appreciation and makes the interaction feel friendly rather than rushed.
Once the call has started, it's useful to guide the conversation gently, and phrases like, "I wanted to talk about something," help introduce the main reason for the call naturally.
I also like expressions such as, "I just wanted to check in," because they sound relaxed and don't create pressure.
When the other person is speaking, short responses are important, and phrases like "that makes sense" show that you're listening carefully.
Exactly, and saying, "I see what you mean," helps acknowledge the other person's thoughts without interrupting the flow.
Sometimes things aren't clear right away, and that's completely normal during phone calls.
In those moments, asking, "Could you say that again, please?" sounds polite and calm rather than uncomfortable.
Another gentle way to check understanding is by saying, just to make sure I understood correctly before repeating what you heard.
I also find what I understood is very helpful because it invites confirmation without sounding unsure.
Yes, and if something still feels unclear, saying, did you mean not, keeps the tone respectful and open.
When details are involved, confirming them clearly is very important.
A simple phrase like, so we're talking about Friday afternoon, helps align both without stress.
Saying just to confirm before repeating details sounds responsible and thoughtful.
And when everything works for you, that works for me is clear, friendly, and natural.
Sometimes during a call, you need a short pause, and it helps to say, let me just check something, so the silence doesn't feel awkward.
Yes, or one moment please, which sounds polite and gives you time without pressure.
After the pause, saying thank you for waiting shows appreciation and keeps the conversation smooth.
As the call moves toward the end, it's helpful to signal that gently rather than stopping suddenly.
A phrase like, I don't want to take up too much of your time, lets the other person know you're wrapping up.
Saying it was really nice talking with you adds warmth and leaves a positive feeling.
And when you want to close politely, saying, I'll let you go now, sounds natural and respectful.
Ending with something like talk to you soon keeps the connection friendly.
These small phrases may seem simple, but together they make phone calls feel calm, clear, and human.
And when calls feel human, they feel much easier and more comfortable.
That's exactly why these expressions are worth noticing and using naturally.
With time, they begin to come out naturally without thinking.
And when that happens, phone calls start to feel less stressful and more enjoyable. As we slowly come to the end of today's episode, it feels like the right moment to gently reflect on everything we explored together and how it all connects in a natural way.
From the beginning, our focus was on making phone calls feel calm, human, and manageable, rather than something that feels rushed or uncomfortable.
We talked about how relying on only the voice can change how conversations feel, and how understanding this helps reduce pressure.
We also discussed how tone, pace, pauses, and listening carefully can shape a call just as much as the words themselves.
We explored ways to handle misunderstandings calmly, confirm details clearly, and keep conversations flowing without tension.
And we saw how ending a call politely and naturally leaves a positive feeling long after the conversation ends.
The full phone conversation showed how all of these ideas come together in real life.
It reminded us that phone calls don't need to be perfect to feel successful.
They simply need patience, clarity, and a calm presence.
Every call is a small step toward feeling more comfortable and confident.
Even pauses, small mistakes, and moments of silence are part of real communication.
When we accept that, phone calls begin to feel lighter.
They become simple conversations between people.
Conversations that don't need to rush.
Conversations that allow space to think and respond.
And conversations that feel natural and genuine.
If you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who might enjoy it, and subscribe to English with Lisa A for more calm and practical conversations like this one.
Your support really helps this channel grow and allows us to keep creating relaxed and meaningful content for you.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us and being part of this space.
We truly appreciate having you here.
Until next time, take care, stay calm, and trust your voice.
And remember that every call is just one conversation at a time.
We'll see you again soon. Goodbye for now.